Okay, it's Tuesday, August 3rd. I am getting a car. I'm probably not getting it today, but I'm going to New Jersey to the dealership to test drive the one I think I want and see what they have. So let's do this. Hi you guys. I've decided this is my new little talking spot for the YouTube. Ignore the mess in the back as per usual. Okay, welcome back to my vlog. If you're new here, my name is Haley. I call myself the friend who helps you bring your pipe dreams to life through manifestation and motivation. And today I have a really freaking exciting vlog because even though it's not a pipe dream, I did a little something to achieve something that's been on my vision board for years. In fact, I haven't watched it back because I'm gonna wait until the end of this year and do a reaction video and see the full extent of what I manifested that I set out to manifest in 2022. But rumor has it, a few people told me that I actually talked about this in my January manifest / vision board video for planning out the year and the things you want to manifest. Without further ado, I did it. I got my dream car. I can't believe I'm saying it. That was like a weird out of body experience even to just say it. It's only been a few days, but I got my 2022 Range Rover Velar in white with a tan interior. The most beautiful car in the entire world. I wanted it for so long. I live in New York City, so I know it sounds kind of crazy to have a car, let alone like a really luxury car, since I'm not gonna be driving every single day. But this is something that I've wanted for a really long time for road trips, like living in the Northeast and being so close to the beaches and the mountains, and to be able to drive up to like Rhode Island where I went to college, or up to Boston or Connecticut, or go see my family down in Richmond. Like a car just gives so much extra flexibility. I have a parking garage in my building, so everything's good there. It's not like a huge deal to find parking all the time. And the other cool thing is that I get to drive to the studio, so I am also a singer-songwriter. And yesterday, for the first time, I drove all the way to Brooklyn, woo, over the Brooklyn Bridge in my car, and I got to park for free on the street parking and then go inside and work on my music, and it was just the greatest thing ever. So, none of my friends have seen my car yet. I just got it a few days ago. I'm telling you the full story behind all of it because it's so crazy on my podcast, Big Conversation. So I'll link that podcast episode below. I promise you, your mind will be blown listening to the story. It was very unexpected. I went into a dealership to test drive a Velar to see if I would like it. And I kind of knew I would, but just to test drive, just kind of like look at my options. Cars are on major back order right now, and I just knew I was gonna be in there for like an hour and then leave. Ended up staying for 9 hours and getting the car extremely last minute, extremely spontaneous, and very, very fated. The story is just super wild. Ankita is one of my very best friends. She has not seen the car either, so she is about to come over. She's about to meet my car for the first time, and then we're gonna go on a very, very mini road trip just so I can like show her the ropes of the car up to Connecticut, which is just like an hour away, to see if we can find like a cute coffee shop, get out of the city. And I'm gonna turn her tour of the car into your tour of the car so you guys can see it too, all the interior, all the good stuff. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. And my Rover's name is Freddie, F-R-E-D-D-I, because if you follow me on Instagram or TikTok, you know I talk all the time about Fred, who is like, it's not really my angel guide, but I have all these skit videos where Fred is like the angel guide's assistant, and Fred is trying to like communicate to the human through angel numbers. It's this whole funny thing. Check out guides on my Instagram because I have all my Fred videos there, and then it will make more sense. But because Fred obviously had a hand in this, I had to name my Range Rover Freddie. Okay, let's go. Ankita's almost here. Okay, we have Ankita behind the camera.
Hey guys!
We are parked in Greenwich, Connecticut, and this is it. As I said, it's a white 2022 Range Rover Velar. It has a tan interior, which is so beautiful, and it's fairly spacious. I'll take you on in. Okay, so here's the inside of the car. I love the tan interior. It's called a sand color, and it's exactly what I wanted. All black through here. It's a touch button to turn it on. My associate producer. I'll take you through a little tour of what's going on in here. This main screen, and I love like the minimalist feel to all of it. AC, you can hear it on loud right now because it knows how much force to come out or in based off how I set it. So if I put this up, it starts to calm down a little bit because it detects what the temperature is in the car, which is really cool. And then it's for both sides. So whoever's in the car can decide. It's getting kind of hot in here, so we'll turn it down a little bit. Everything here is touchscreen. So up here is like all the media, so it's already connected to my phone. It actually has wireless CarPlay, which is really cool. So I'd like click on my phone, all my favorites are in here, and then I have the map, Spotify, everything is right here. So cool. Actually able to search for a destination at any time too. So even if my phone was dead, I'd be able to like search and find my way home all on my own, which is so cool. I'm still learning some of the ropes on this thing, but it's my favorite. It shows the music here, connects to the radio, of course, all of the above. Down here, there's different ways that I can select what I like, how I want to drive. So this is the comfort program, the dynamic program. I'm not really sure the specifics, but the car definitely has more get up and go when I'm in this. And then eco, which I guess uses less gas. Then for when I am driving in the snow, those New England winters, I've got the snow program, mud. I probably won't be doing any of this or like off-roading, like sand or anything. So I'll probably stay around here. And then of course there's sports mode too, and it's all in this bad boy. Then I also choose AC on the touchscreen, which is just amazing. I always feel like I was always trying to figure out the buttons before, so I can choose if I want this for up here. Here it goes on Kita exploring. Right here, turn it off or on. For my feet, if I want all three of them at once. And then I'm not gonna put this on obviously right now, but then seat heaters, which will be so good for the winter because it's gonna be very, very cold. And my passenger can choose as well. Again, not gonna turn it on, but that's literally all right here. So it's just very easy and it's all very intuitive. This is my volume button. I also have a volume button on my steering wheel and everything else that I need. They gave me a lot of accessories with the car too, which I really liked, so I'll show you in the back seat, which is where most of them are. I'm only using one right now because I don't have a jacket, but they gave me a little coat hanger. So in the winter, I can just put my jacket up here when I'm driving, and they gave me a purse holder. So I have Sally, my bag, hanging back here, which is really helpful for like having a passenger up front and I can reach it. Cup holders back here. I don't know how many people are gonna be in my back seat, but we'll see, it's nice to have it. They gave me a water bottle. It says sport, even though I have a Velar. And then my keys are right in here. They just gave me an extra key. I haven't unpacked any of that yet. There it is, and a really spacious trunk. Obviously a lot of room in the trunk, which will be good for how much we're gonna pack for our weekend trips. Yes. I honestly don't even fully understand everything they gave me back here, but they completely set me up.
It looks like bungee jumping equipment.
Cute little wheel stems and everything for the wheels. But a lot back here, and then I don't even know how to move this, but this is obviously good for packing a lot of stuff in and making sure that it doesn't obstruct my view. I just press my little button. Comes right down. For the one that I chose, it has a black top, which you can see a little bit vaguely. Top of it is like a black roof, and then I got all black tires. I love the feel of it, even though I really wanted a white car, but having a lot of black aspects and elements I think looks amazing. So I'm really happy with it, and I also love when the car is unlocked how the handles are all the way out. Woohoo! There's a really cool feature about the car though too. So if the car is completely locked and then I unlock it to get into the car, it only unlocks my driver's side. So say that I'm like out on my own, I don't have Ankita with me or Blue Eyes with me or anyone with me, I know that like nobody can like follow me and try to get into the back of the car, the side of the car. Like this whole car has a ton of safety features, which I really appreciate. They set up all those safety features for me, which is really cool. And then another cool thing, the lights on the car. So when I turn on like headlights, it detects based off how bright it is outside or how dark it is outside, how bright my light should be, and it even knows when to put on brights. Like if I'm driving down a really, really dark street, it puts on the brights for me. And then if it senses another car coming like headlights, it will turn off the brights until that car passes, and it does it all on its own. It's really cool. And even on the drive out here, I really felt what they were talking about when they told me that it helps you steer. So if I'm going like slightly out of the lane, the steering wheel gets like stiff to pull me back in. So the car does a lot on its own. It's almost like a self-driving car. Welcome. So then I have a remote app, which is really cool. So I can do everything from my phone, which is also nice since like I'm parking it in a parking garage. So obviously right now it says it's unlocked, but I can lock it at any time just going into the remote feature. And so I would just be able to pull this down and it would lock the car, and then obviously can unlock it as well. So it turned off the car as we did that, and that's locking as well, so no one can see in. And then obviously just pull up to unlock. So it's good if I like ever leave my keys in the car or something, and since it's also one of those cars where as long as the key's in the car you can start it. Now that I unlocked it, everything changed, like the rear view mirrors came out again, and then I can also, which is really cool, set the climate of my car. It's gonna hold to start climate. So now the engine's gonna start on its own, so I could do this from like up in my apartments, from like the Airbnb, wherever we are, from a restaurant, and be like, okay, I really want the car to be cold while we are in it, or when we get to it. So now it's gonna start.
Fuck.
I'm so fucking hot right now. Oh my god, refer to handbook, smart key deactivated.
Okay, keys become deactivated if left inside the vehicle when closing the tailgate, boot lid, or tail door while the alarm is armed. To reactivate the key, start the vehicle using another activated smart key or active key.
Okay. Unfortunately, I don't know if there's anything we can troubleshoot. I can definitely organize a tow to the dealership to try to get the issue resolved with your key there, if you would like.
For service, press 2. For parts, press 3.
I don't even know what to press. I'm somewhat nearby, but my smart key got deactivated, and so the car is not turning on. Sorry, can you explain it to me again? Where should I put it? Okay, so how do I call roads? Okay, so that was the worst contour of all time. It's fixed now. Basically, I had to like restart the, I don't know. I called my amazing guy who sold the car to me. It was so sweet and helped, and it was actually a really easy fix. Roadside assistance. Said we had to get it towed, and we didn't. So thank goodness we didn't move forward with that, because it was actually a really easy fix. And now I know for the future, so.
Wait, for all the people watching, what did you have to do?
The issue, if you guys didn't see, is that suddenly it said, so I have a smart key, so it starts the car on its own. It said that the smart key was deactivated instead of refer to handbook. And we called roadside assistance, and they said there's actually like, oh my god, there's nothing we can do because you don't have a spare smart key, because the smart keys are in back order, so I only have one. So basically what they had me do is I have a remote on my phone. This is a good car tour information, right? Yeah. I have a remote on my phone for locking and unlocking, and so I had to get out of the car, lock it, and basically like restart the locking unlocking system and have it locked for a minute and then do it again, and then it immediately worked, which is just like such a relief. So we made it. Ankita was super helpful. I tapped and she showed me a video of a golden doodle as a pattern interrupt, so everything's fine. And I also think it was kind of good for me to learn this. Like, I almost feel like we didn't learn it together. It could have happened to me when I was like alone or driving at night or something, or like in a dangerous situation. And this was like the most ideal situation, like in this random park in Greenwich, light out, plenty of battery on our phones. So.
Yeah.
What an exciting car tour.
Honestly, I was getting ready to like, there's like a main street down over, and I was like, oh, we'll make it fun, we'll grab some dinner, we'll have a picnic, and we'll just wait for the
She's ever the optimist. The Sagittarius in her is showing. I was pretty anxious just because it's like my brand new car. Like,
I know.
You
I was anxious
like,
for
oh
you, but I was like, how fun, we could get like an Airbnb in Connecticut. I was like planning a weekend trip for us.
It's a good reminder I should always have a power bank in my car of like a battery to plug in my phone.
Yes.
Because it doesn't charge when it's off, obviously.
And some snacks.
Snacks, all the things. We're gonna hit the road now. After all that. Okay, so continuing the tour safely while I'm driving. Some other features to point out while I'm driving. First of all, we have what we called before, which is up here. You flip it down and you can call it for roadside assistance, which was cool because it worked even though the car was off. So great thing for you guys to see. And this is actually the SOS button, so it calls emergency, like it calls 911 for you if something's happening, which is also great that it works when the car is off. I don't know if you guys remember when I was at Revolve Festival in Palm Springs back in April, the tire blew on the car and I was stranded on the side of this desert highway in the dark, like in the middle of the night, and it was just really, it was a scary situation. And so I'm just very glad that this has that, and we just got to put it into good use. Then the other thing that Ankita and I discovered that maybe she can show you while she's being the videographer is that we can turn this car into basically like a convertible. So button up here.
How cool is this? Watch this.
And I'm surprised how big of like a sunroof it really is too.
Super nice.
Super nice. Unless I think of anything else, that is the car tour, which ended up being extremely chaotic, but at least it showed you guys what not to do if you get a Land Rover. And that is to not lock the key in the car accidentally.
Okay, Ankita's review of the car, but hold on, I'm gonna put on some lipstick first. My review of the car is that it's amazing. I feel incredibly at home in the car. Like, I feel like I've been in the car 100,000 times. We were also talking about how, like, I grew up on the West Coast, and I lived most of my life on the West Coast. Haley obviously lived in Colorado.
Cars were like a huge part of both of our lives. It's kind of crazy that like I haven't driven forever because not since we moved to Manhattan, but like I used to drive every single day, like multiple times a day, growing up in Colorado, and same for you in California.
Yeah, California, like San Francisco, Los Angeles, and Seattle, I was always driving. So it feels good to be in the car again, and I just feel like we're gonna have so many